How you doing? Right now, we're just watching them go through the ladder. Um, I'll kind of, as we go on, I'll kind of, make comments about some of the areas that we can improve and, some of the things that look good and, just other comments here and there. I would like to see, like right there, both arms kind of picked up, but I like to lock both elbows in and use the proper running technique. Um, his arms are working a little bit better than Sam's were, but would like to lock those elbows in as he goes through and keep them working the whole way through. This right here looks pretty good. I like the elbows; they're locked in a little bit better. Want to try to maintain the high knees and show a little bit more of a burst there. Get the first, second, and possibly the third foot down. That was good foot quickness, but I would like to get a little bit more knee lift in there. Right there. We're still just doing one hard step. We'll correct that and get three hard steps working on that explosiveness. It's actually pretty quick. 2 foot hops for the first time through. Still a split and try to get the finish a little harder. His feet are moving pretty good here too. That's actually so far one of the best footwork drills that they've been through on the ladder. Right here is pretty good. We'll eventually get it sped up and get a more explosive or quicker finish at the end. His also looks pretty good right here. No complaints. Just got to get them both exploding out because it's working on the agility and the quickness, which is a form of the explosiveness that transfer over to football pretty well. That's good lower leg strength right there. Same thing on this side. Skis. We'll work on this getting a little bit quicker. Um, just alternating the feet in and out. We'll speed that up as we work through it. Agility is one of those things where the more reps you do, the better your body and the better you get at doing it. So the more reps that we're able to do at this stuff, the better they'll get at performing it, and it'll become easier. This is showing me a lot about their hips, and their hips actually look pretty tight. I like to see a little bit more hip movement there as I go through here. So we'll work on loosening the hips. That's a big part of football is your hip strength and flexibility. So we'll work on that. Uh, his feet actually look pretty good in there. Um, his right foot is going in pretty well. He's not showing as much flexibility with his left foot going in though. And that was first time through, so we'll work on getting it down, but we should be able to get through that one a little bit faster. His feet are actually working pretty good here. Just gotta get him used to as he goes. Boom, boom, tap, boom, boom, tap, boom, boom, tap. Yeah, we'll work on those finishes. You want him to use his arms here, practice good running technique, and get his arms working with his legs. It'll make it easier. Your arms should work as fast as you want your legs to work. Here we go here again. Just got to get him to use his arms as like he's running here, and his legs will work like his arms are working. Here we go, 2 in, 2 out. It's like a DB. Want to sink his hips down and get him in a better stance. Get his feet in and out a little bit quicker here. Got to work on a more explosive position, a more football ready position, and maintaining it. Here again, he's also pretty high. His feet are moving, working pretty well, but he'd be a little bit off balance because of how high he is. So we want to sink his hips down more. There goes starts. There's a little hesitation. to the starts on the second step that they put down, but they actually stayed down pretty well. There we go. You see, he popped right up. We got to speed up his arm swing and get his more of a knee lift up front. He has a lot of butt kick, which is shortening the stride. Right here again, he popped up pretty fast. Um, and his arm swing also speeded up and get more leg lift coming. Watch as they run. There's a lot of butt kick. The heels are almost touching the butt. We want the knee to drive up and the foot to not have too much contact coming backwards, like he's doing in the bound. That's the same way his legs should come up at when he's running full speed and when he's opened. So right here, you see the bound. His legs are dropping right back up. He's still showing a little bit of butt kick in his bound. This tells me, the amount of explosiveness and hip strength and lower leg strength that they have. And Sam does a lot of work in his lower leg and hip strength, which should also help him with, in his baseball. So we'll work on developing his hip strength and his lower leg strength, which is the calf and shin muscle. He shows a little bit more explosiveness in his hips and lower leg area, but he still needs work on it as well. As you see, his left side isn't quite as strong as his right either. He's not really, getting anywhere with that leg. Here we go. He's getting more of a drive up, showing a little bit more explosiveness, but we still want to generate more out of that. Change the direction, just too high. You see how he has to bend down so far to touch the cone. We'd want everything when you change directions. That was actually pretty good right there. You want the hips to sink down. Boom. See how his upper body just bends. Boom. His hips aren't sinking. He's not getting himself enough explosiveness to come out. Boom. His hips sinked pretty good there. He kind of reached there. His hips didn't sink that bad though. No, he's just reaching with his back. He's not bending from the hips. We definitely have to pick up the foot speed. Going lateral here. I mean, the foot speed right here is pretty slow, and the change direction coming out. We want to help that as well, and we could do that through practicing the first three steps coming out of the ladder. This is where you could have a chance to see a lot of the stiffness in the hips right here, because the way you watch their feet and watch the hips move, it's not a lot of flexibility in there. Watch how far you have to bend at each one, and the explosiveness coming out from each step isn't quite there. So that's something we could definitely work on. It's just a lot of change of direction. Um, so we could definitely improve that. At this point, from the things that I've seen, definitely hip strength, change of direction, and just proper running technique is where we definitely will have our time spent. So I look forward to working with you guys. Thanks.